Hi Rajivji, Kamal from Mera Sangeet. Warm welcome to you. And today we also have one of our very dear listeners on the show, Sushil Shimpiji, who does have a few queries.
Sushilji, Kamalji, hello to both of you, and thank you for having me on the show.
So Rajivji, we do have a few queries sent in by our listeners as well. But before we move on to that, we have Sushilji here on the line. So Sushilji, all yours. Please go ahead with your questions.
Okay. Thank you first of all to Mera Sangeet, Kawalji as well as Rajivji. I very much appreciate this opportunity. So here goes my question. My mom got multiple entry travel visa in 2006 and it is valid till 2016. She arrived this time on February 17th and her current departure is on July 25th and her current I-94 is valid till August 16th. So this has been our pattern that my mom has visited about 4 times since May 2008, and every time she would stay here for 5.5 weeks, 5.5 months, and go back to India and stay there for six plus months. So this time we wanted to request the extension as the current I-94 is expiring on August 16th. We wanted to see what would increase our chances of getting the positive response when we file the I-539.
Okay. First of all, you cannot make things up. You know that, right? We can't just say something that's not true. So, leaving aside what can improve your chances and what you should say, we first begin with the basics. We must always tell the truth. Of course, we can present the case in a manner which is most suitable to our own good and our own purposes, but we cannot lie on the application. Okay, so first thing we have to do is tell the truth. The way it
Right.
works is if you file for the tourist visa extension, actually the tourist stay extension, while the current extension is still alive, she can continue legally to wait for a decision on her extension application and not fall out of status. That can take a few months. So even if they say no, it'll be a good 3, 4 months into the process before you hear back from them. Okay. Now, let me ask you
Okay.
this question. Do you want to apply for her green card? Are you a US citizen?
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
I'm on a green card since August 2008, May 2008, and I would right now, probably in 2 months' time, I could file for the citizenship. But that's a big question, and I'm debating whether that is the right thing to do or not. However, in the current scenario, to request the extension of the tourist stay, what are the steps I should be taking?
What you will do is you will download a form I-539, I-539, read the instructions
Uh-huh.
carefully, read what it says about filing fees, etc. And it tells you where to mail the form. You can do it online also. You can file the application online or you can mail the form in. Basically, you'll give a whatever your reasons are that she's here, she want her to be here for a little bit longer, so you're requesting this. Whatever your reasons are, be truthful about it. Even if they deny the application, it will take a few months. Okay, now where there's one problem though with extensions. Okay, the extensions cause one issue because she would have lived most part of a year out of any 12-month period, she may not be able to come back very quickly. So she should plan on being outside USA for at least 12 months before coming back into USA, whether or not the extension is ultimately granted. Okay, because they
Mhm.
don't want people
Got
to actually tour India and live in the United States. They want it to be the other way around. Okay.
right, right.
So Sushilji, any more questions to this?
Well, thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. And Mr. Attorney Khanna, he answered all my questions. I appreciate it, Raju Khanna.
Our pleasures.
So
Please call me Rajiv. Nobody calls me Mr. Khanna. That sounds like my dad.
so
Uh,
Sushilji,
well,
yes, yes.
Well, this is a wonderful show, and I'm sure, many other listeners who have similar queries, and I appreciate this opportunity where you get answers from, amazing attorney on our show.
Sushilji, our pleasure here, and it's really, really nice to have had you on the show. And I'm sure, this query settled all your, and solutions have settled all your queries regarding immigration. Any other time, any other help you would like to have, we're always there. And I really like the thought on the mail you sent, Rajiv. Even you must have seen it. Individually, we are one drop. Together, we are an ocean. It's a very, very lovely thought.
Nicely said.
And so, wish you all success.
Thank you.
Thanks for being a part of the show.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So Rajivji, that was one of our very dear listeners, Sushilji. Now we have another listener's query. Again, a very, very regular listener on our show Chat and Chai, especially the Monday one. And he writes, I had a very long journey and thanks for your continuous support. After 1 week, embassy asked my passport, and then in another 1 week, they stamped visa on my passport. Mera Sangeet and Rajivji have been very helpful. I would be happy to help you guys sometimes. He further has a question, Rajivji. If you remember this listener, he was in Singapore and he was having some problem. So he's written, one question I would like to ask you is, I lost almost 1 year out of 3 year petition because of a consideration by USCIS. So is there any possibility that I can get it back, or my H-1 now will be 2 plus 3 years after the renewal?
Okay. First of all, yeah, I do remember his case in great detail. I know exactly what happened. You will get that 1 year back, no question about it. When you apply for the next extension, you will get the year back. The way it works is, if you are physically outside the United States, anytime you're outside the US, you can recapture. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
if you actually have been outside 1 year out of the 3 that you were approved for, of course you're going to get that 1 year back, no problem.
All right, okay. So these were the queries sent in by one of our listeners, and of course, we had the pleasure of having one of our listeners here on the show, Rajivji. Anything else besides this, Rajivji, that you would like to add regarding the immigration reforms bill? Any other changes that you see? Any other latest update?
Immigration reform has become like a soap opera. Like in India, we have those shows where they have that loud music and somebody dies. It's the same in USA. Somebody dies,
Mhm.
and then three shows later they come alive again, and you realize, oh, they were not dead. They were just pretending, and there was this conspiracy. And then they die again, and they come alive again. It's sort of like that. It looks like I'm watching a really cheap soap opera, where every few days immigration reform dies, and then miraculously comes alive again, then it's killed again and comes alive again. I let me just tell you, currently it is half dead, because half the
Mhm.
population of this country probably thinks it's dead, and the other half thinks it's alive. So we don't really know where it is. Indications are that people are still pushing for it. Indications are the politicians still want it to go through, but somehow this dead body just does not seem to take off. It just keeps dying and coming alive again and again. We'll see what happens. Right now, we don't have much going on that I can tell you about.
Right. So I really like the comparison you've drawn, Rajivji. And I would say that means that hope is still there. So we all do hope that there's going to be a win-win situation towards the end of all this. And so thank you so much once again for your time and for being a part of our show today, Rajivji. Thank you so much. Have a good day ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. You too. Bye bye.
Bye-bye, Rajivji.
Every other Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we host free community conference calls. Everybody is welcome to join. Some people post questions ahead of time. You can take membership in our forums. All of the details are there on our website, immigration.com. You can take membership ahead of time, and it's instantaneous. It happens right away. And post your questions beforehand, or you can just log in. The phone number and all are provided: 202-800-8394, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time every other Thursday. We have free apps for both Apple iOS platform for your iPhones and iPads, as well as for Android. Just look for immigration.com, the period dot, and the application should show up.